Hello everyone, I'm Kalen North, and today we're going to talk about speedrunning Keeper of the Forbidden Wilds. Keeper is an absurdly strong spirit, albeit one that has a bit of a learning curve. Unfortunately for us, a lot of this strength is built into the mid and end game, meaning Keeper goes a little bit slower for the speedrun. This isn't to say that Keeper is bad, just focused on a style of gameplay that doesn't lend itself well to rushing through the game. We're going to use board C for this run. This lets us start centrally located and puts the starting blight in a land we can address if needed. We are going to work to spam growth 3 and growth 4 as much as we can, gaining new powers and placing 2 presents on many turns. Turn 1, gain a minor, and place a presence from the top track. Card play this turn is going to be Boon of Growing Power to gain another minor. As to which minors we gain, we want to look for good defend powers, pushes to prevent builds, and anything with good elements, especially at cost 0. We have a few options with this first draw here. Shadows of the Burning Forest, Disorienting Landscape, and Veil the Knight's Hunt are all reasonable choices. Given where the invaders explored first, we could take Disorienting Landscape and just stop their builds entirely on turn 1, at the cost of playing Boon of Growing Power. I am going to take Disorienting Landscape, but we're not going to use it turn 1, just because it is likely not going to be worth it. We're going to lose our access to our push and our wilds token, as well as slowing down our gain of minor powers. So Boon of Growing Power, gain a minor power, and there's a defend power. We'll take Confounding Mists. Gift of Constancy is also a really good choice, with the 0 cost sun element and gaining 2 energy. But now, spreading wilds, depending on where the invaders explored, we want to put our token in either lands 2 or lands 7. We're going to do land 7 this turn because we want to be able to prevent a city from building there, so we'll push this explorer out of the way and get that wilds token so that we can use Sacrosanct Wilderness next turn. Turn 2, place a presence from the top track in the land with the wilds token. Again, that's going to be 2 or 7. And then gain a minor and place another presence for targeting from the bottom track. And here we've got, let's see, Lure of the Unknown is good. It's got good elements. It's a useful effect. Promises of Protection is a useful card. It's an alternative to a defend card. In this case, I'm going to take Lure of the Unknown for the elements and the potential utility later on. Then we want to place our presence from the bottom track for targeting. We're going to need to target Confounding Mists, so we'll need to go into either lands 2, 1, or 6. Because we're going to clear this town with Sacrosanct Wilderness, I'm going to try and put this in land 1, actually, because we're going to sort of try and cut off this right half of the board. So, Confounding Mists and Sacrosanct Wilderness. The cost to doing this is that we go down to 1 energy, meaning we're not going to be able to grow twice next turn. But getting rid of this town and preventing that city build is almost certainly worth it. Deal damage to the town. Let them build there, and we've prevented an explorer in land 8. So that's good. Now, with spreading wilds this turn, we want to potentially set up somewhere we can place presence next turn, or we want to be able to just get rid of an explorer that's going to be problematic. In this case, I'm actually going to take this explorer from land 1 and push them into land 5, getting us a wilds token on the coast, and giving us some concentrated invaders here that we can get with a Dahan counterattack shortly. Turn 3, we want to place 1, or if possible, 2 presents from the top track and gain a major for getting Boon of Growing Power. Excuse me. We can alternatively, if we have a good defend power, reclaim cards this turn and use that to try and set up a Dahan counterattack here, which in fact I'm going to do this time. And I'm going to place presence from the top track up here to get a 3rd Dahan into this central land so that we can basically do the same kind of thing next turn. We'll use Confounding Mists to take care of this land, and then I'm going to use Towering Wrath to take care of land 2. If we gain a major this turn, we're going to use that potentially instead of or in addition to Towering Wrath, depending on its cost, in order to try and clear as many lands as possible. So Confounding Mists set up the counterattack. Command Beasts isn't very useful here. And then Towering Wrath. Oh, we can Spreading Wild first. And then Towering Wrath to clear it. Next up, we have a Defend power, so I'm going to just go ahead and reclaim cards. Place a Presence from the top track. Confounding Mists and Towering Wrath. Defend and land 5. Finish using powers. And on the Ravage, the island is clear. If we aren't able to get a lucky draw like that with the Invader deck, and the Invaders are spread out more across the island, we are going to have to rely on using Towering Wrath and or major powers in order to clear out the Invaders. The board should largely come under control by about turn 3, maybe turn 4 if you're having some trouble. There'll usually at that point be a random Explorer or 2 left on the board, so it's worth taking an extra turn, or so it's necessary to take an extra turn to either clear them, or else to try and rush Fear using major or minor powers in order to get to Terror level 2. So continue to cycle Reclaim and placing Presence as needed until you're able to win either using Defend powers, a new major, or Towering Wrath. Keeper of the Forbidden Wilds is a very strong offensive spirit, but takes a bit of time to really snowball into its true damage potential. As a result, this route can take just over 2 minutes in the best case, but is more consistently between 3 and 4 minutes. Hope you enjoyed the video. If this inspires you to try going fast, please check out the Spirit Island leaderboard on speedrun.com. The link is in the description below. Thanks for watching.